Hello, I'm Sam Archibald, student founder of Stun, and today we're going to be using the Murph library to use the NRF 24L01 modules, which have been supplied to you. This is a workshop video, so it's been supplied to you, and you should know the connections. I'll give you a show of the connections at the end of the video. We're going to go and I'm going to show you everything about there, and explain all this code, how to use it, and then we're just going to go ahead and send it over and then show you what the outputs of the code are. So we're going to go to ping server first. Alright, so include sbi.h, so that's making it so the Arduino can use SBI. Include murph.h, so that's make it so the Murph library is there, make it so it can use the next one, which is NRF24L01. So that makes it so it uses this module, not any other module. Murph hardware SPI drivers that works in conjunction with SPI. Void setup, so begin at 9600. Bind SPI and at Murph hardware the Murph SPI driver. Start configuring the unit. Set the address. So if you have like an email and you're sending an email, this is the from address. Set the payload to an unsigned amount, which currently isn't a big deal, but you're going to have to change that to 16 when you are in the workshop when you're sending these to cars. Configure it, so take all this data that we just created and send it over. And now one thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do the murph.channel, which I believe it's murph.channel here. Yeah, murph.channel is 10. So let's go ahead and do that. Murph.channel is equivalent to, I'm going to put it as 10, you can put it as whatever you want. I recommend 10. Listening, print to the serial port listening. Void loop, this is basically saying make a place in RAM so that you can then put this payload in. If the Murph is not sending and it's ready for the data, get packets, or say got packet, get the data that it just received. Set the send address to client 1, then send what it just received. So basically this is saying that grab the data that was just sent to it and store it in data. So store it in the right here, the place that we just made in RAM. Store it in that RAM, and then send the exact same thing that we just stored in RAM back, and then say reply send. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in one of my Arduino boards. So I'm going to go over to my Arduino boards. I'm going to send this over to one of them. So I just plugged in one, send it over. Alright, so now we have the server. I'm going to put that off to the side, unplug that Arduino, put it off to the side, and go to the client. Now all of this is the same that I just explained. Now the channel is just the channel, so it's like when you're tuning a radio, the channel of the radio, what frequency it's working at. I always put the channel in there, although I believe there's a default, it defaults to something, but I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I always put the serial, or the channel as 10. Alright, so print beginning, all of this is the same. Then we go, unsigned long is whatever amount of milliseconds, set the, send address is server 1. So we just had server 1. So make it so it sends to that. Send some random bytes and the time, or start the time. And while it's sending, send over the serial line, finish sending. Wait 10 milliseconds, and then when it is ready, if if it's not getting the data in less than or in more than 1 second, print timeout response from server, then return gets you right back up to here. And then if it is able to grab the data, store it, and then put it in, then say ping, and then print the amount of time that it took to send and receive. So that's pretty simple. It's just taking some random data, it's an unsigned long amount, sending it, counting the amount of time it takes, receiving it, then stopping the amount of time, doing a bit of math, and calculating how many milliseconds it took to receive and to send and receive. So now plug in your other Arduino. So use the same cord. So I'm plug in my other Arduino, and I'm going to send this one over. Alright, cool. So now if we go here, I have serial monitor. So now the client is plugged in. So now it's saying timeout. But I'm going to go and I'm going to take the server, I'm going to plug the server in with a different cord. And this cord you can either just use this on like an Apple brick and just give it power, or you can plug it into your computer and just for power, but you have to have the serial monitor open. So it should start to say, there we go. So now it's saying how many milliseconds it takes. If I put my hand over it, I wonder if it does anything. No, that's interesting. Anyway, so now they're both side by side, and they're both, one of them is transmitting, the other one's receiving and transmitting the same thing that the other one transmits. So the client sends over to the server, then the server sends back whatever it was sent from the client. So that's how that example works. And if I go over here, I can go Tools, Serial Port, select the other one. That's what the other one's supposed to. There, that's what the other one's supposed to look like. So that's what the server is what it's supposed to look like. There, so it's a pretty simple example. I just want to do this short video on how to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and do something about wiring. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Next video is going to be a more complicated video with these about how to send like how to chat between two computers, ASCII text, with these two modules. Alright, sorry, I'm missing one of the parts of my tripod, so I can't put my camera on it, so it's going to be a bit shaky, but if we focus here. There we go, so these are the two Arduinos. This one's the client, this one's the server. They're both connected to my computer. You can only read one of them at a time, so that's something important to note. So the wiring should go like this. So you should have so on the transmitter side, it should be white, gray, white, let me get a better look at it. White, gray, purple, blue, green, yellow. So that's white, gray, purple, blue, yellow, green, yellow, sorry. And then over here, you put, on the side, you should put orange, then red. Then over here, you should put orange, then red. So orange should be connected to your, is that ground? Yes, orange should be connected to ground, and the other one should be connected to 5 volts. Let's see if we can get there you go. Ground 5 volts. Then over here, it should go gray. Gray should be in 7, white should be in 8, blue should be in 11, green should be in 12, and purple should be in 13. So that's pretty basic, and yeah, so that stuff should be like that on both Arduinos. If you get, I believe it's gray and white. These have to be soldered in, so if you get gray and white switched over, you can actually switch those in software. But that's those shields. That's how to wire them up. That was the code. Alright guys, thanks for watching. It was a quick stun video. I know I've already said that, but yeah. See you in the next video. Sending chat commands. Bye.